peach green tea lemonade from Starbucks. You should get it. It's the best. What's up, kids? I'm back with another video. Oh, it's another Disney audition video. A couple weeks ago, back in June, I went to a Walt Disney World audition in New York, and it went very well, to say the least. It went very well, and I just wanted to quickly go over like what happened and the outcome of my audition. So June 18th, I drove up to New York at 4 o'clock in the morning, and got there. We got into the city around 7:45-ish, 8 o'clock. It was rush hour. It's a Tuesday. So what do you expect? Oh, you like my shirt? I saw GOT7 last week. This coming Thursday. They were fabulous. Just saying. You should go see them. They're in LA, and then they're going to Oakland, and then they're going to Mexico, and they're on a world tour. Stan GOT7. Sorry. I carry hair. But Stan GOT7. Anyway, so we went up to New York on the 18th of June, and the audition started at 10 a.m. Was it 10 a.m.? I think it was 10 a.m. But they said don't get there any earlier than 9 something. I don't remember. You would think I remember. I've gone to 3 auditions now. So I get there before 10. I get there before 10. Either way, I got there on time. And lately, when I go to Disney auditions, even though this is my 3rd one, and usually I'm like in either I was in the 80s, my college program audition, and then I was in the 70s, my cruise line audition. Then I come to this audition, I'm number 113, which I was not expecting to be that, I guess, that high. Like, I figured it'll all probably be around the same, 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. But it's New York, and people got there way before I did, and ended up being 113, which isn't a bad thing. So I was number 113, got there. So when you go to Disney auditions, you check in to this website. It'll say check in disneyauditions.com or something like that. You check in, you take a picture, like a headshot of yourself. You say what number you are, how did you hear about the audition, so and so and so and so. So you checked in, and this audition was different because it was a Walt Disney World audition, but they were looking for not only fur characters, but they were also looking for parade performers, and they were also looking for princesses. So are mainly anyway. They were looking for mouse height, so 4'8" to 5 foot. Well, it's a mouse. What did it say? It's a Disney characters and Star Wars characters. Because I think they were looking for guy, like, tall guy too. I can't remember, but there were guys there. And then they had parade performers, which is like the in between, like your chipmunk and Pluto height-ish. Don't really know how to explain it. And then they were looking for face. So we get there, and they had to do an animation. We had to do 3 of them, which never done before. Usually you do 1, not 3. But we did 3 of them. So you did 3 animations. You were a VIP, a villain, and then your favorite Disney character. Didn't matter who it was. And then they taught you at least to most of the people at my audition, because it's New York, a very simple, glorified walking routine, which, had some waves, had some grapevines, had some jazz squares. So there's that. And after that, they lined us up numerically and then you would go over to one side of the room where the casting director was, and you do the animation, well, the 3 animations, and the instructor would instruct you when to switch through between each animation. And then you went into the dance. So you did that, went through everybody, and then they cut people. So luckily I went the first round, and then we kind of sat for a little while, and then they split. They did, I think there were 4 groups. There were 4 groups. There was almost 200 people there. It went up to almost 200, if I remember correctly. And 200 people. So then this one was different because they split up people. So you went through the first round. You got through the first round. They sent you back to the sitting, like the waiting room, like where you checked in. You could talk to people, stretch some more, have a snack, whatever, go to the bathroom, whatever. So this one was different because I guess they were also looking for parade performers. They split up the groups. So there was 2 large groups. So if your number was called, and my number was called, among many others, you went into another room, and they got your height. They took a picture of you, and they that was it. I lie. They did that first. So if they called your number after the first round, you stayed in that room. Then you did your height, and they took your picture. The person there, and then you sat. Then they did the 2 groups. I have no idea what the other room did. I still don't know. I have no idea. So I went into one room with several other people that were very great dancers, great animators, what have you. So you're in there. We kind of sat in there for like a little bit because the casting director was gone. He was in the other room. And then we kind of like chilled for a moment. And the instructor, she kind of was in there too, but she didn't teach us anything until she got the okay from the casting director. And it was only one guy, so he had a lot of people to look at. And then at least in my room, we did a little more challenging dance combination. I mean, I had no issue with it. Like there were some points like timing wise, but like otherwise I knew it after doing it several times. But they taught you a little more challenging dance combination that was very high energy, very jazzy. There wasn't a lot of like, there was dance elements in it. Like there was like chassés in it. There was a battement in it. There was a pirouette in it. But otherwise that was kind of it. It was more like, can you keep up? Can you keep up with the timing? Could you look like you're having fun doing it? That was the number, pretty much. You learn the number, and then after you learned the number, you still had the 3 animations from the first round. You were going to do them again, but you're going to do them at the end after you did the dance twice. So if you mess up the first time, you could do it again, redeem yourself, or vice versa. And after that, like they let you catch your breath, you do the animation. And everybody went, did the same thing. And the casting director was like, okay, thank you guys for coming out. You're all in the pool for 6 months. So when you go into a Disney audition, just FYI, you are in the pool, at least if you get past the first round, you are in the pool for 6 months. So you don't have to audition again. Just to FYI, he was very like, you're in the pool, you're in consideration pretty much. But he said, because it's, said it's Christmas there already. Like I guess they're casting for Christmas already. So it depends on what we need. But he did motion. He said there's a lot of openings for one certain height group, and he was kind of like like the mouse height group. So, and most of the people were not mouse height. I was kind of the only mouse height person there. There was a couple people. There were probably maybe 5'1", 5'2", but I think mouse height stops at 5 feet and a half. I think 5 foot and a half. So I was kind of the only short person there. And then he called numbers again, I guess, to be considered for face. So I was there from 10 a.m. to pretty much 2 o'clock, which is about 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours. So I was there for about 4.5 hours. And then he said about 2 weeks, if you don't hear anything, thank you for coming in. Like, we appreciate you coming, but you're still in the pool. And luckily for me, literally a week and a day later, I got an email saying, please apply, like immediate action, please apply for this job. There's maybe an opening for you. So I applied, and then that same day, I got a phone interview scheduled for yesterday. And as of yesterday, and actually pretty much as of today, as I'm speaking to you, the camera right now, I will be going back to Orlando as a full-time character performer, and I am super excited. I will keep you updated on my process of being a cast member back in Walt Disney World. Make sure to subscribe and like this video, or dislike it. You can do whatever you want. But and then follow me on Instagram. And I will see you next time.